Good morning, students. I am Dr. Muktik Vyas, Senior Associate Professor, School of Business and Management, Jaipur National University. I will teach you a very important subject that is required in each and every arena. And that particular subject is business communication. Communication is the lifeline of any business. Okay. Communication is required everywhere. Okay. Communication is required in marketing, finance, HR, operations, IT. Each and every organization, communication is omnipresent. So, what do you mean by communication? Okay. It is the exchange of ideas. It is the exchange of ideas, information between two or more people. So, this is the meaning. And communication is a circular process. Okay, communication involves the sharing of ideas and it is the exchange of information. And in communication, the very important thing is the body language, your facial expressions, your gesture, each and everything is very much important. And you have to maintain an eye contact also. Now, where the word and how the word, this particular communication has been derived. The communication word is derived from the Latin word. Okay, it's a communis. To make a common. Okay. So, communication can be effective when there is a common background, when there is a common platform for the sender and for the receiver. Okay. And communication involves proper understanding of the behavior also. Now, what is the particular process? Okay. What is the process? So, communication starts with the sender, then he will encode the message. He will encode the message. Then there is a proper medium which you call as a channel. Then there is a decoding. And after that, message is received by the receiver. But receiver has to give the feedback to the sender. So we can see communication is a particularly important process. It starts with the sender, it ends with the receiver with a proper feedback. Now, there are two types of communication: verbal communication, non-verbal communication. In the verbal communication, there is the use of words, and in the non-verbal communication, you use a paralanguage, you use the gesture, posture, body language, eye contact, each and everything. Now, what are the types? Verbal communication and non-verbal. Verbal communication involves use of words when you speak. Okay, it can be divided into two types. One is the oral communication and another is the written communication. In the oral communication, you try to use the words but with a oral message, whereas in the written communication, you use a official letter, mails, okay, business correspondence, etc. There is a written record of a written communication and it is more authentic also. In the oral communication, you cannot keep a record, but due to ICT, information communication technology, we can make a record of the oral communication also. Okay. Now we come to non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication starts with your body language. Body language occupies 70% of your total communication and 30% is your verbal communication. So, non-verbal is 70%. Verbal is only 30%. First impression is the last impression. Okay. So when any candidate goes for the interview, the way he dresses himself or herself, the way he make a eye contact, the proper appearance, okay, that is very important. 70%. It has a weightage of complete 70%. Now, second is the eye contact. If a small young guy, he tells a lie to the mom, he cannot make an eye contact. So eye contact depicts the confidence, that how much confident you are. Then third is the posture gestures. Posture gestures are also important. Okay, your expressions, the way you carry yourself, each and everything, because non-verbal communication is more important than the verbal communication. Okay, so these are the two types of the communication. Now we come to objectives. Like, what are the objectives of the communication? There are many objectives of communication. We will see them one by one. First and very important objective, it is the information. Exchange of information. How you share your information. How you convey your ideas. Second is the order. You have to give an order, like Supreme Court. Supreme Court makes an order, okay? Third, when you will give any suggestion, okay? Suggestion is also an important objective and it can be given by anyone. Then next is when you are advising something. Now, what is the difference between the two? Suggestion can be given by anyone, but advice always comes from the expert. Then warning. Warning is also an important objective, like a danger sign, okay, near the road, near the transformer. Sixth, motivation. When you are influencing the audience, when you are encouraging them, so motivation is also an important objective. Next, raising morale. Raising morale means to give proper passion, to energize the people, to raise their team spirit. And last is influencing someone. So these are the 8 objectives, okay? But the important objective is the exchange of information, okay? Now we come to 7 C's of the communication. What are the 7 C's? It can be included in the principles of effective communication. So what are those C's? The first is the clarity. You should have a clarity of your ideas, that how knowledgeable you are. Have you organized your ideas in your mind? Second is a channel. What is the medium by which you are transmitting the information? What is the path? Third, capability. Are you capable to deliver the effective communication? Are you expert person? Are you effective communicator? Are you effective orator? Then content. Content means that you should have something in your mind which you want to deliver. Content is the main body or the theme, crux of the message. Then fifth is context. Context means in which background you are talking about. Like if I say that particular girl is hot, Okay, so we can understand, but if I say this room is hot, it means the temperature is very hot. So contextual usage is important because most of the misunderstandings occur due to wrong usage of the words in a wrong environment. So we have to use the right words at the right time in the right environment. Then sixth C, credibility. So credibility is important because you have to have a trust. Trust factor is important. Like if Amitabh Bachchan or Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, he deliver any speech, you feel very elated, you feel there is something truth in that. So that is called as a credibility. Okay? And last C is the completeness. Communication has to be complete in all the aspects. It cannot be incomplete. Okay, so these are the 7 C's. Now we come to 4S. Like we have seen, what are the 7 C's? Now we come to 4S. First is simplicity. You don't have to use the difficult words. You don't use the jargons or the technical words. You do not have to show that you are a admirer or you read your dictionary, vocabulary. Okay, you have to use a simple language. Your communication should be simple to understand. It should not use the difficult words which even a layman or a common man does not know. Then second is shortness. We say brevity is the soul of wit. Okay, brevity is the soul of a wit. Witty person keeps his messages and ideas in a very short sentences. So brevity is the soul of a witty person. So your communication has to be concise. It has to be to the point. It cannot be lengthy. It cannot be complicated. It has to be logical, meaningful, concise. Third, sincerity. You must be honest in your communication. See, communication is an irreversible process. The words spoken by you, you cannot take those words back. Okay, like whatever words you have gone uttered, then it cannot be taken back by you. So communication should be honest. Your speaker has to be honest, sincere. And strength. Your communication should be strong. It has to be powerful. Okay, so these are the 4 S of business communication. Now, why business communication is important? Why it is important in the present organization? Okay, as I said before, communication is the lifeblood of a business. Okay, an organization without communication can never be successful. Success of any organization depends upon the proper communication. Like there are many entrepreneurs, Aditya Birla, Kumar Mangalam Birla, Ratan Tata, Narayan Murthy. So they are effective communicators. Shiv Kheda, okay. So what is the importance? Why business communication is important? Okay. So very important thing is it is helpful in proper planning. So when you want to go for a plan, you will go for business communication. Communication helps in planning each and everything. Like suppose if each and every person, they don't talk to each other, they don't negotiate with each other, then there will be no proper planning. Second, decision making. Communication helps in proper decision making because if you don't take a decision, there will be a problem. Third, better control. Communication helps in proper monitoring, proper surveillance, proper vigilance also. Then democratic functioning. You know Hitler, he was an autocratic man, he was an autocratic leader. So participative management can only be achieved by communication, where each and every person has a right to say, or a freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So democratic functioning of the organization will only take place if there is a proper communication. Then conflict resolution. Conflict can be solved if there is a proper communication. All the misunderstandings, all the disputes, all the quarrels, they can be solved by a proper communication. Like in the marriages also, the main reason for the divorce is the misunderstandings. So if both husband and wife, they don't talk to each other, they don't communicate with each other, they make the impasse in their mind. They make a deadlock in their mind. So communication helps in reducing the disputes. Then next is boosting morale. Morale will be boosted by communication. Your spirit, your passion, your enthusiasm, all can be boosted by the proper communication. The next importance is employee satisfaction. Employees will be satisfied. And if employees are satisfied, obviously customers will be satisfied. And if employees are dissatisfied, customers will also be dissatisfied. And there will be reduced strikes. Labor turnover will be less. Like if a top management does not communicate with the fellow people, with the workers, then that particular employee will not work in that organization. So it helps in talent management also. Business communication helps in retaining the people. It helps in managing their talent. Next, molding attitudes. Attitudes can be molded by communication. If you do not talk to each other, your attitude, your compatibility, your chemistry, your temperament will not be matched. So your attitude can only come at equal level if there is a proper business communication. And the last importance, it improves the goodwill of a company. Reputation of the company improves if there is a proper communication. So communication, as I already said, it is the lifeline of the business. It is omnipresent, it is required everywhere. So this is the importance of the communication. Now, in the next lecture, I will talk about the channels. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much.